Hey guys, and hello to our second podcast of Legion stuff and everything about WoW. And with me here is the only one, the retarded one,
Oh,
the
fuck
too
off.
much playing, insane mechanical, blessed one, -1 point because he's not German, Savage.
That is an intro and a half for me. I do play a bit too much, and I'm half German, so it's only half a point, I think, there.
Yeah, so -0.5 point.
So that'll do. That'll do.
Yeah, so you're only at -99 now.
Oh, that's all right. Wait, what? Where did this come from?
I don't know. So guys, today we're gonna talk about the pros as the first part of a 3-part series of podcasts. Oh my god, there's coming more.
More?
More?
Oh,
There
God,
will
no.
be more
I've
because you
told.
have fun with that.
Fun?
Yeah, fun. What's fun, Savage?
No idea, mate. I just raid.
Yeah. Which is totally not fun.
No.
Not with some retards.
Jesus.
So, as I said, this will be the first part, the pros of Legion we see. And the second part will be the raiding stuff. What is going on with raids and what is great about raids and what we think of them overall with the dungeons and the Mythic Plus stuff and everything. And the third part will be the cons of Legion and what we think is problematic or could be changed in our opinion. First point, most important point, if stuff's not looking fucking awesome, I don't know what you're seeing, but for me, Legion is just looking awesome.
I mean, the game's old. We've got to remember that, but for its age, it's doing so well.
Yes. And
I
with
mean,
the new
few
next
distance,
few distance, yes. With the fucking few distance, come on. Don't underestimate the few distance. It's so fucking awesome.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's just, you can see Twilight Citadel from Stormwind.
Yes.
That's weird. It's so good.
Yeah. But it's so needed because if you're standing on high mountain and you wouldn't see anything, then it would be pretty weird, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know there's something there, and you usually could see it if you would stand on a high point. And yes, but it's just fucking awesome what they changed there. And I think Suruma is one of the best looking places they ever made.
Yeah, we'll have a talk about that after we take you through a journey through your leveling process. We have a whole journey planned out for you today.
Like, after this podcast, you don't even have to play it anymore because you will know everything. So, second point is like what you will notice after you logged in, of course, and had a look around and probably notice already because it's pre-patch. If you're already playing, your class changes.
Oh god, here comes the Resto Shaman.
The Resto Shaman, yes! We got some fucking great utility. Woohoo! Resto Shaman hype.
Utility classes don't usually do so well. You look at the Holy Priest, had the best toolkit in the game, never good, but we don't know.
Yeah, but for me, like, of course, maining Resto Shaman, seeing what they done with it, like, it's not that we would underperform in any way or in our healing, and we got so much utility stuff, and we can change around with it, and it's just fun.
Yeah, it does look extremely strong right now.
Yeah.
Extremely strong.
And I think they did some good changes to other classes as well. Like, I don't know, like they removed stuff that you don't usually use and overall, but I think you can talk about this a little bit more because you're playing like 12 classes already.
Yeah, all 12. I'm just waiting till Wednesday when I can get my official Demon Hunter ready to go. It might already be Wednesday by the time this is released, I don't know. But
yeah, we will see, but I'm definitely gonna be playing a Demon Hunter. Like 90% of the population will be Demon Hunter on Wednesday.
That starting zone is going to be so full.
It will be full. Oh my fucking god.
Oh, the Illidan fanboys. How many not prepares are you going to hear? No, I don't care. I am prepared. I've already leveled on beta. Go away.
I've got 12 characters overall prepared, so.
Yes, that's just my priest, man. Priest needs some gear.
Priest needs some gear?
Yeah, man. It's like 725. Everything else is 730 plus.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, it's a sore point, man. It's a sore point. Gotta fix this issue.
Yeah. You've got a big problem, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that big problem is just the fact that I play too much, or whether the priest is too low. There are some classes, if we're looking at cons, which have been gutted, absolutely gutted. One of mine would be the combat rogue, which is now the outlaw rogue. I absolutely hate that class right now. I think it's a mess, an absolute mess of a spec. I mean, somebody I was in a dungeon with earlier suggested should have had warglaives and gone like, what's that woman? The one that's hunting Illidan.
Maef Shadow
Shadow Song. Oh, Shadow Song, I think. I don't know. One of those things. If that could be in the game as a rogue spec, that would be so cool. And it would, going forward, it meant we could have other specs using and abusing the warglaives and things like that. However, I've played the mage, absolutely love it. Warlocks, fairly strong, a bit of problem of affliction. But if you're sitting here, guys, and look at your class going, my class feels a bit empty, it feels a bit wrong, don't despair. A lot of stuff comes through with the artifact. Your artifact will make it a lot smoother. Balanced Druids is one right now where without their artifact, it feels quite empty, it feels quite bad. Whereas once you get the artifact, it really smooths out the AP generation.
Yeah, also like you're missing a lot of utility for Resto Druid, for example. You can't walk with your Tranquility right now. I don't want to know how many people like, oh, pre-patch is here, I can walk with my Tranquility. Wait, it's interrupted. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, you assume people read that. I was like, I don't assume anyone read anything, to be honest. It's like, oh god, I don't trust anybody to read this shit. There's a lot that people will gain. I wouldn't worry right now. Too many people. I see too many people whining on the class, or go, "Oh, my class is broken. It doesn't work."
Or it's imbalanced, or it's hyperly strong because all other classes are too weak. And basically, a lot of classes are missing their main DPS or healing output or anything, because Legion is all built around artifacts and using them and in leveling your artifact and getting new traits there. And you can just have a look at if your artifact is completely maxed out, then you know if the classes are balanced or not.
If anyone, and I mean anyone, even if it's your best mate, tells you, oh, they're unbalanced, Blizzard have fucked up balancing again, on live right now, slap them around the head. Of course, it's not
just
balanced.
Hit them in the face.
It's pre-patch. Nothing is balanced.
Yeah.
That's the point.
HFC isn't balanced.
Nothing is balanced. Just don't worry about it. Just enjoy what we've got. We've got the Demon Hunters coming this week. We've got the Invasions. It's gonna get interesting. HFC is a joke right now for any guild that's actually progressed it. We've halved our Archimond kill times, even though our damage has been halved. The place is a joke for most capable guilds. But like I said, don't worry about your class. Don't worry about the numbers. They'll come.
Yeah, just think of the developers and Blizzard looking at your threads and forum posts everywhere and just laughing and saying it like, yeah, he's missing out that artifacts are coming. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? He doesn't know anything.
I had some guy on, I think it was on a Warlock forum, complain that Demo gave him AIDS. And I was just like, he was just on about stuff. And I sat there with my head in my hands like, you have no idea what this class is capable of. Like, he was saying, it takes me 20 seconds to re-summon a demon because I haven't got enough mana. And I'm sat there going, you're a fucking warlock. You have mana tap. You get mana from your... That's kind of the point. Why are you complaining about this?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So what you basically want to say with this is just like, play the class you want to play, because if you're not top-notch, like top 10 raiding guilds or like around there, probably won't matter for your guild if you're playing like Warlock, because it's fucking overpowered on a certain boss. Like, it doesn't matter. Just play the class you like, because if you like your class, you're playing the best with it.
Though I will say, if you're playing like a rogue or a mage and you're playing the shittest one of the three specs, don't try and get into a good raid guild. If you want to enjoy playing one spec and be a one spec wonder, good for you. But if you come anywhere near my raid group, I will kick you up the ass. You play the best spec. And that's how you pick a class. You pick a class based on all of its specs, not just I like Frost Mage, therefore I'll play Frost Mage. Doesn't work like that. That's not how the top end works. Get used to it. If you want to play casually, cool.
Choose the class, not the spec. Like, if you want to play healer and everybody's right now saying to you, oh yeah, play a shaman because its utility is so great and it's healing the most out of it, which I doubt right now, or something just like that. And you don't like shaman because you don't like using totems and you don't like the lore about shamans. Don't play it. Play your healer class you want right now, because there will be changes overall, and probably they will throw out the balance hammer in the next patch or even on Nighthold again and change everything.
Yeah, I would be completely unsurprised if they just changed everything within a short amount of time. That's what Blizzard do. It's something that we're going to talk about later. A note to all you warriors out there. You are not a Fury warrior. You're not an arms warrior. You're a warrior. Learn to fucking tank. Please. Please learn to tank. It's not hard. Go and get your artifact. When we get to Legion, just tank some dungeons. Trust me, you'll get gear a lot quicker. You can set your loot spec to something else, to arms or Fury, whatever you prefer, and you'll get what you need. Just learn.
Everybody will love you. Everybody will love you. Because there will be always groups looking for tanks, and there won't be a lot of them, and it's fucking weird.
It helps you, it helps other people, it's great.
Yeah. Probably make a decision if you want to play melee or range, if you want to play a hunter, because nobody will force you to play melee hunter, I think. Like, if it's not overpowered and doing double of the damage of every other class and spec, like, don't play it. Please. Like, melee hunters, what the fuck?
Made a complete hash of it, in my opinion. I like the idea they've just tent you in a melee hunt, and they missed the mark completely, in my opinion. I know a couple of people who like it, but me, nah, not a fan. Not a fan. It just feels a bit clunky right now. But again, this is the first iteration. It could get completely changed up. For monks right now, they've had their mastery changed 4 times in 2 expansions. Let's see what they do this expansion. They've changed it again, and it now is quite working. So don't write it off forever, but right now, personally, it's not working. But now you've seen your class, you understand how it works, you've played around with it, and you're happy to go into Legion. And this is where it gets really good. When you head into Legion and into the questing zones, there are some fantastic quest zones out there.
Oh my fucking god. I don't know why everybody is hating High Mountain, but I fucking love the story of High Mountain. Like, grabbing everybody together and then fighting, and I don't want to spoil anything if somebody didn't do the questing stuff, but it's fucking awesome. And then ending in the dungeons. It's fucking awesome.
Such a good zone. There are inherent problems with every zone. Every zone has its problems. That's just it. It's WoW. And some people aren't going to like it. Just get used to it. Some people aren't going to like it. I am not a particular fan of Stormheim, but it looks gorgeous, going back to how it looks.
Yeah.
And then there are just these little hidden quests here and there. Like there's a hidden Murloc quest. You may have seen it on Nobble87's channel. Shout out to him. What a YouTuber. Yeah. There's a Cobalt one involving a lot of candles. It's amazing. It's so good.
Yeah, the questing are all in basically every zone. Some you like more. I personally don't like Asuna very much. Like, Asuna is like questing zone. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Otherwise, you mentioned it. I think in Asuna is the Warlock quest line.
Yes.
But I'm not a big fan of Asuna and everything. I like Valshura. Is it that one? I think so.
Is it the one far south? No, the one in the middle.
The one in the middle.
The Murloc's is High Mountain. Murloc is High Mountain, by the way. Azuna's bottom left.
Yeah, I know, but there's something with Murlocs down there as well.
Is it 2?
I think there's something as well there. Yeah. So a lot more Murloc quests. Yeah, we need more Murloc quests.
Need more Murlocs.
Yeah, definitely.
Hashtag.
We need more Murlocs.
Send it to Blizz, guys. Hashtag need more Murlocs.
Yeah, but as I said, not a big fan of Asuna. Big fan of High Mountain, and Valshura is like rushing through it. It feels like you're pretty fast through the druid zone there.
Yeah, I did it earlier and I cleared it in about an hour and a half. But then there's lots that you get the main thing. Every zone has a main quest line. You get a quest to go into a dungeon, and then you go and dump something in Dalaran and get a buttload of XP for it. You can finish that bit of the zone extremely quickly. But there's so much else to do in that zone. There's lots of little things you can go and do, and just little quest lines. There's little quest hubs, and they're not essential to the story. It's not go here, go here, go here. It's you haven't explored that area. Go and have a look, and then you find a load of quests, and you find something interesting. You find some treasures. You find a rare. If you just do the quests on the main story, you can get to about 109. I found on my rogue. With my rogue, I just sneaked around all the mobs, so I didn't kill half of them. But that was a really useful thing I found, that these little quests that you can enjoy. And I've done leveling 3 or 4 times now. I've had a different experience almost every time. Gone and done little different bits of quests. I found some quests on my 5th attempt that I have never seen before. It was awesome.
As soon as I did it on my own, I just quested through it and it was all good. And then we tested group leveling. And you were talking, yeah, just let us run down there. And I was like, I never have been there. Why should I run down there? And you were, yeah, there's a little quest line, like 3 quests. It's worth looking down there. It's really easy and fast. And I was like, okay, I never have been there. What the fuck? Like, I missed a whole lot of quests while I quested through it for the first time, because I'm used to it. Like, okay, there's a quest, they send it to you to the next area, and then you get your new 3 quests, and you never miss something. You level through the whole zone without looking left or right. And that's awesome. Like, you can run through the zone, see new quests popping up, just little funny things.
And then the lore that ties into this. Now, me, I'm a raider. I really don't care about lore normally, but the lore behind this and like the different like little stories that pop up, they were just so interesting. I actually enjoyed it and followed the story. Whereas in like WoD, I hadn't got a clue what was going on. Some goat wanted some help with something. That's basically what I pulled out of it. And then there was birds that are a bit pissed off. That's generally what I picked up from WoD. Whereas this I found much more engaging and a much more, I'm following this story, and there's loads of references to the old world, to the new world. There's loads of stuff going on.
Yeah, and you said we're raiders, basically. We will rush through it on the first attempt.
Oh yeah.
But just on the, I don't know, 3rd or 4th character, depending on how much you want to play, like even on your 7th. Maybe take your time, quest through it, maybe read through it, because it's so worth taking a look at what you're doing and stuff like that, because it's awesome. They made a really, really good job. And I'm the guy, like, I really prefer raiding. It's all about raiding, and I don't like, this boss is coming there and there. I care about the mechanics of the boss and how I can dodge them. Like, that's basically what I care about. But in my off time, like, I'm listening to a lot of lore stuff, and I have some books here right now. I'm really into lore if it's not about raiding.
Oh, I have nothing, mate. I don't have any lore books. I've never read a Warcraft thing. The best I do is watch Nobble, because his voice will send me to sleep. Not to be literally, it's what it does.
Is this really a good thing if he's putting you to sleep with his?
Trust me, that man could talk me into jumping off a bridge if he wanted.
Probably, yes.
He could. That man. Oh,
yeah.
Shout out to Nobble again. Any day.
Yeah, love his videos as well. But yeah, I'm that guy, like, okay, it's off, we're not raiding or something. Let's have a look at what's happening in this world they're talking about. And yeah, that's just the thing about lore. And everybody should basically know some little parts of the lore. I'm not asking you to know, like, oh, this little off guy is already appearing in what and doing this shit and that shit. Like, no. But just it's fun to know what's going on and why we are doing this. And yes, they will probably send us to some next planet or some things we missed while we were going to fucking Northrend. Like, please tell me how it's possible to go from Stormwind to Northrend and missing the Broken Islands.
Who did that? Are you all like sleeping at that point? Is the captain blind? I think they've just materialized. What happens when we went to WoD and some little gnome just started building it? Yes, here we go. Fucking gnomes. Nobody mentioned the gnomes. Did anyone guess the reference?
Nobody cares about the gnomes.
Oh, I have to be a gnome for racial reasons. I hate it every day. Every day. Oh, no. No, that's not better.
Ah.
Night elf, mate. Elf female, not male.
Yeah, tell Blizzard to give me like a night elf shaman. Then I will play night elf.
There's some law reason to not do that, but I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to be quiet. I have no idea.
I don't know about law reason for not being shaman, but there's a law reason for them usually not being mages, and they fucking ignored it.
They like arcane magic or some shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Fucking arcane magic destroys their home, like the first tree. I don't really know, and that's
if you say so. I don't know. Don't know.
That's the reason why they're not immortal anymore. So why the
I didn't even know they were immortal. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. This guy who doesn't even know that night elves had a fucking tree loves the lore. Just put it that way. That's how good the lore is indeed.
That's the reason for you to have a look at the lore. So get over it. So and lore, like fucking lore, like Maelstrom lore, like come back, shamans.
I ain't reading anything. I'll do quests. I ain't reading.
Yeah. Get to the Maelstrom and get some lore lessons.
No.
Where the Maelstrom, best transition ever.
Oh,
it's the class for the whole of the shamans.
Oh yes, I do like that one.
Fucking awesome.
I am sitting here and I'm trying to think of a bad class order hall.
I've seen them all. The hunters one because you can reach it without being a hunter.
Can you actually?
Yeah, but you get teleported out.
Yeah, but the same with the druid one.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just north of Val'sharah. You can literally run into it.
You have to go through some portals.
No. If you go in North Val'sharah, you can literally run into it, but you get teleported out because you're not a druid. I like every single one of them.
Yeah, because you fucking know every single one of them because you play all classes.
Leave me alone. The warrior one is maybe the worst, but the way you exit the warrior one makes up for it.
Fucking awesome.
Just, I'm coming, bitches. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. A lot of people will only play warrior because of that.
Yeah. I'm going to have my warrior. Oh, it's going to just sit in there, and I'm going to just jump down and then go back up again. That's all I'm going to do for the entire expansion.
I still have to level my warrior. It's 24 right now.
734, I think mine is at the moment. It's got a mythic weapon, as you do. Mythic Hellrender. And a
get a life, Savage. Come on, get a life.
I've got exams coming, don't worry. Then I'll disappear for like 2 days.
Yeah, and then come back and like,
Yeah, I'll have to pay 2 days straight, mate, to make up for it. Yeah, the class order halls are fantastic. There is a story on every single one. Every single one has its own individual story, and the story behind it's so, again, lore heavy. And I think when I play through it, I see things that I think other lore people would be like, oh my God. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. But I still find it so interesting and just doing all these little things.
It's awesome. You saw the little... Like, I'm always coming back to shamans because mainly I did nothing else than playing shaman all over the place in beta. You saw the little playing thing in the shaman chamber where you get nothing from it, but you have to turn the totems.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just a little game. It's just like,
yeah.
Okay, we've put in a game for you to play in your... Like, the garrison was, here's a house.
Yeah.
Sit in it. And now you've got all the shamans on the realm. Like, imagine, we are pretty sure that there's going to be an artifact weapon or something from the last boss on Mythic.
Yeah.
And if there isn't, there damn should be. And imagine walking into your class hall and being the first on your server to have that.
Or just walking into there and having a fucking badass transmog or anything like that, and everybody's looking at you and saying, wow, cool. And you get some interaction with your members of your class. And not sitting alone in a garrison. Oh yeah, I got fucking an add-on for it. Like, do everything for me now, please.
I mean, there are still the missions, but you only have 5 followers max. It's like you have 5 followers. All right.
Yeah, but that's really weird for me. I don't get a limitation behind that. That's...
I like it because it sort of means that, yes, you have a garrison, but it's really not important. It's you get some useful things out of it, and it's useful for you to progressing your character in bits and pieces. But once it's done, you don't care. It's like, finished. Don't care about it anymore. And I want to be am a very competitive person. I want to be that guy, that mage that walks in holding a massive flaming sword from my first kill of fucking Gul'dan. And there are the other guilds and the stuff like, oh my god, where'd you get that weapon? Oh yeah, I killed Gul'dan. I want to do that. I killed it first. It's important. I killed it first.
Competitive is a big part of WoW for me as well. So I'm just looking forward for the progression rate, and even just having a look at the top notch guilds like Serenity, and I don't know who's up there right now because things got crazy.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon.
And just see them competing against each other, and this who is going to kill this boss first, and they're on the same boss and how many attempts, and we don't know. And on some day you will get a push notification like, oh, some big news, blah blah blah, killed it first.
And even if you're on just a server and you're not competing, if you're a warlock and you're like on I don't know on Twisting Never, and you see Sparkugs walk into your order hall, it's like, oh shit, what's he doing? It's Sparkugs. It's like the king. I count Sparkugs personally, and him or 30 is king of the warlocks. That's what they do. They warlock, and those guys to me are just like, and you get to see them in your class hall, and they're playing the same class as you. They're playing the same spec. You can see what they're going for, and it's not just some mess of different people. If the hunter class hall is just going to be full, and the monk one, you could probably just sort of chill in there, and you'd ERP. You'd never be found since nobody plays monk.
Will it really be like it? Like, are they not gonna do some things where they split the class order halls so there's a maximum of players in there?
Probably, because instances just get too big sometimes. You have to instance it off. But I still find it fascinating that you have the potential to see all the other mages from the other guilds on the servers.
Yeah, and it's fun hanging out with people that are playing the same class and spec, and seeing what they're up to.
Yeah, but knowing you, Griesch, you'll just create a little corner and call it the Resto corner, and the other ones aren't allowed near it.
The Resto corner. There's only one real spec for shamans.
All of you lot.
And that's Resto shamans with dealing damage.
Yeah, obviously. Duh. What else the Resto shamans do?
I don't know. Dropping healing tide totem maybe.
Yeah, healing stream. Put out some riptides and then just DPS.
Yeah. That's what you're gonna do, yeah. Like, people are talking about this piece being like half DPS, half healing. Like, nobody is talking about Resto shamans being full healing and half DPS.
Yeah, they've got it the wrong way around, you see.
But to get further on, like, what are you doing in a class of horse? Getting some fucking world quests.
Oh yeah, the world. Well, they're not even in the class order halls.
Yeah, but you unlock them. After.
Yeah, you do. You have to get friendly with every little faction. This is why, guys, don't dungeon grind. Do not do that. Just don't. A, you're missing out on some amazing quests. B, you need to get friendly with all the factions. And if you've done all the zones, you're already friendly. You're going to have to go and do some zones, guys. Try and avoid the ones that you're hearing are really buggy at first, and just try and just do at least all the zones.
Yeah, just run through all the zones. Even if you're level 100, just finish the zone.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it, and do the dungeons like after you finished your leveling or in your leveling process, but then just run the one dungeon with the quest you got from the leveling zone, and then you're totally fine. And after that, just go out, do your world quests like every day, or you don't even have to do it every day because they're on a set despawn timer. Some of them days, some of them just hours. But the really important part at 100 is getting, of course, your 50 world quests done to go on with your class order hall quest, but do your emissary quests. Fucking important.
Yeah. If you ever played Hearthstone, I think that's the best way to explain what we're on about here. So you get every single world quest has a faction associated with it. And the general idea is you do the quest for the faction and have a daily every single day that you pick up. And it is do 4 world quests for this faction, but they stack. When you first cap, you'll have 3 of them. If you do all 3, the next day you'll get 1. Exactly like the Hearthstone system, which means that if you miss a day, it's not that bad.
Doesn't matter.
When you were doing like mists and you missed a daily, Jesus Christ, you miss a day, get out.
Oh my fucking
Get out. You've missed a daily. You don't even deserve to live. You were supposed to go to a funeral, but no, you have to log in and do your daily. But now it's like you miss a day.
Yeah,
Whatever.
doesn't matter. Do it the next day.
Doesn't matter, which is much a better system. Much, much better.
It's a great system. And it really helps out people that can't join every day because they're tired from work or something and just don't want to log in at this particular evening.
People have more of a life than me, really, Griesch.
Really?
Yeah, funny that. Yeah, I didn't know there were people like that. Thought I had a very full life.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it's just awesome. I like the world quest. And you basically do it even if you're high and ready and say, oh, I don't care about like being exalted with some faction. Like, what the fuck you can get out of legendary or like 895 item level?
Yeah, because it scales up to your current item level. And the best thing is, it's like, this is what it rewards you. It rewards you X amount of artifact power. Just like, all right, I want artifact power. It gives you resources. I need resources. It gives you a belt that's going to be at least this or better. Well, my belt's a little bit low. I'll aim for that one. Or my belt's already quite high. I can't be asked. I'll go and do this one instead. And that's the great thing about it. And it's not just, it's not a Pexis where everybody's going to go to the pit. Oh, do you remember that, Griesch?
Yeah.
The pit. Oh, the pit. But now it's like the Wardens is usually kill something, a big scary thing.
Yeah.
There's some PvP ones, there's some puzzle ones for the current tour. It's just really interesting what you can do, and it's very varied. I've been max level on 2 or 3 characters now in beta for a while, and I do repeats. They occur, but it's not like, oh, it's the same quest again today. And with these, and they got world bosses. I mean, Kazakh is a week respawn. You're like, I kill Kazakh once a week, and then I go home, and then I kill him on 10 other characters. It's like, now you get to go and do 3 different bosses in a week, which is much cooler.
This quest system is just, I'm talking a lot about awesome stuff, but we're also talking about the pros of the add-on. So
yeah, we will do a podcast on the cons because this one's taken so long.
Oh my fucking god, it's already way too long.
It is way too long, right?
And we're not even half through our points, so.
But we'll just hit half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just hit half. So let's go on and let out Illidan because Illidan is awesome, and we'll get to do stuff with him and go on to Suroma. You fucking reached level 100. Oh my fucking god! And already in Suroma, and what's
110.
hitting you in Suroma? You fucking 110. Oh my fuck! Yeah, but 110. I don't care. I basically don't care about the number. Like, who fucking cares about the number standing in front of you? At a certain point, everybody will be max level. You hit 110.
Yeah, that's right. 110. 110.
Yeah.
No, 115, 110.
No. Will be hit to 115 next expansion. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Official call outs by Griesch.
And yeah, you hit Suroma, and what's hitting you there? You just will get one quest, and then there will be like, okay, do this quest. Some people, they're not gonna spoil anything, but there's like in every other zone, walk around, explore what quests are out there, because I think I saw like a minimum of 5 to 6 quests where they didn't point you to be there. They're sitting around, not doing anything, basically waiting for you to run at them.
Yeah, it feels like that, and it's like the zone is just infinitely. There's so much to explore. I mean, once you got 3 or 4 characters, there is going to be a bit of fatigue on that because it is the same quest line every time. But doing it the first time, oh, it's so good. It's so good, and you don't have to do it. But once you've done it once on your main, and if you're leveling an alt, because you get so much more increased artifact power from everywhere else, it actually adds up that you don't have to do Suramar. It's more you can enjoy that story and just enjoy your time there. It's not Tanan where you're running around doing just dicking around, but it's more you feel like you're part of the zone, and it feels like you're part of the story. You are advancing the story, whereas Tanan is everything was set up for you. That's a big difference. That's a really big difference in storytelling. They haven't done that in a long time, and it's so good to see it back. I think the last time I can really think of it was maybe Sunwell. I wasn't even in the Sunwell. I didn't do the Sunwell. I didn't do it, but that was when you advance the story once you were there. Whereas now, and that's exactly what Suramar does. If you don't like the story, just power through the quests. But I urge you, just sit there and enjoy what you're doing.
Again, lore is great in Legion. So listen to what they're saying to you and just level through them if you don't care, but at a certain point with the second, third, fourth character, take your time, have a look what you're doing and who are you helping out, because basically this is the pre-quest for Nighthold. Everything you're doing there is basically to unlock Nighthold. Whether you're doing it or not doesn't really matter, because Blizzard will not go to that point where they say, oh, only 50% of our players did Surma completely, so there's not going to be Nighthold raid.
Yeah, exactly. And you've got stuff to do. We're going to go on to raids and dungeons in a separate podcast, but you have so much to do. Whereas WoD, you can't do. It's like, right, I'm going to do the pit every day, and then I'm going to do some dungeons, and then I'm going to run around my fountain in my garrison for a while. You have so much more to do in Legion. I think that's where WoD failed, was the lack of stuff to do. And Legion has it in buckets full, and I'm so happy about that.
Yeah. And it even doesn't force you to log in.
No.
The problem with MOP was, like, you had way too much stuff to do, and you had to log in daily. And then they probably said, like, okay, people complaining having to do too much and getting on daily, and they were dropping it then in WoD afterwards. And now they're like, okay, they're complaining that they don't have enough to do, so now they're balancing it out. And for me, right now, it looks like they did a very good job with that.
I completely agree, 100%.
So, as Savage said, we're gonna stop here right now, because we already got fucking ton of time spent on this podcast, and I don't think you wanna hear to like 1.5 hour podcast.
You need a weekly dose of Savage and Griesch, not for 3 hours of us.
3 hours ranting about stuff and being amazed what Blizzard did there, depending on the topic. Thank you for listening. Gonna hear you in the next podcast and talk there about, like, after you've done Surma and everything, preparation rates, Mythic Plus, everything that will hit you there.
Yep, and the instance content one as you level up will also include in there. Instances are so good, so look forward to that, guys.
Yeah, will be awesome. So thank you again. Thank you, Savage, for being here with me.
And thank you, Griesch. I'll be on any time.
Yeah, and see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.